Welcome back to N's NotebookLM. Today, we're diving into Dostoyevsky's The Possessed. And let me tell you, this isn't just a story, it's more like a chilling prophecy. It's an incredible look at how revolutionary ideas, when they get completely cut loose from any kind of morality, can just infect a society and lead to absolute, terrifying chaos.
You know, this one line pretty much captures the entire vibe of the novel. On the surface, you see this polite, kind of sleepy provincial town. But just underneath, there's this wild beast waiting. And Dostoyevsky is about to show us just how fast and how viciously its claws can come out.
So let's set the scene. We're in a town that is absolutely on the brink. Yeah, it seems quiet, but it's really a hotbed of unspoken tensions, weird, mysterious insinuations, and this deep, collective anxiety. It's the perfect, fertile ground for the chaos that's about to erupt.
So who set the stage for all this? Well, you've got to look at the older generation. These are the liberal idealists from the 1840s. We'll call them the Fathers. Their well-meaning progressive ideas have kind of started to drift, and they're about to curdle into something else entirely.
This quote right here comes from Stepan Trofimovich, who really is the perfect symbol of this older generation. And he's just horrified, right? He sees how his beautiful, abstract ideas about progress are getting twisted. He's realizing that for this new generation, nothing's easier than cutting off heads, while the really hard work of having a genuine, constructive idea is being totally tossed aside.
And this slide, wow, it just lays the entire conflict bare. The Fathers, they talked about abstract beauty and used these eloquent, romantic words. But their sons, they took all that and twisted it into a worship of raw power and cold, calculated cruelty. This massive generational gap created this huge intellectual and spiritual vacuum, a void that their sons are about to fill with something truly terrifying.
And that brings us to the sons. They are, as Dostoyevsky puts it, the generation that is possessed. They're the ones who rush in to fill that empty space left by their fathers, and they fill it with a new and frankly terrifying ideology: nihilism.
Now, at the very center of this storm is a guy named Nikolai Stravagin. He's the dark son of the novel. I mean, the man has unbelievable charisma, this intense, terrifying willpower, but inside, he's completely hollow. Like the slide says, his face is like a mask. He's just a blank slate for everyone else to project their own destructive fantasies onto.
And this is the master planner, Fyodor Dostoyevsky, talking to Stavrogin. See, Fyodor is the architect of all the chaos, but he's smart enough to know his revolution is just an idea in a bottle without a charismatic leader. He absolutely needs an idol to rally the possessed, even telling Stavrogin, "Without you, I am nothing. Columbus without America."
So what's Fyodor's strategy? It's chilling because it feels so modern. Just look at this list. He's not recruiting soldiers with guns. He's building an army by rotting society from the inside out, getting the teacher to mock God, the lawyer to defend killers, the juries to let everyone off. He's weaponizing cynicism itself to tear everything down.
So when you've got this nihilism spreading everywhere, what happens? People get desperate. They start looking for anything new to believe in. In this world that feels godless, Dostoyevsky shows us the dangerous idols of the mind that start to pop up, leading people down two very different, very fanatical paths. Okay, first up, we meet a character named Shatov. With God out of the picture, he turns the nation itself into his new god. He develops this fanatical belief that only one nation is God-bearing, the Russian people, and that they, and only they, hold the key to saving the entire world.
So this ideology, it demands this absolute, unquestioning belief in your own people as the only source of truth, and it means rejecting everyone else. But that's just one path. Dostoyevsky shows us there's another one, and honestly, it might be even darker.
And this is Kirillov. This guy takes nihilism and just follows it all the way to its most terrifying logical conclusion. He basically says, if there's no God, then man must become God, and he believes he can prove this, prove his new terrible freedom through the ultimate act of his own free will: suicide.
And this is the whole concept of the man-god. So you've got these two opposing fanaticisms, both born from the same spiritual emptiness. Shatov worships the group, the nation, and Kirillov worships the self, the ultimate individual. These are the dangerous idols people build for themselves in a world where they believe God has checked out. And now, these ideas are about to explode.
Okay, and so we enter the inferno. All of this talk, all of these philosophies, the idealism, the nihilism, the man-god, they finally stop being just words.
The theoretical fire is about to become horribly, terrifyingly real.
It all kicks off with a conspiracy. Fyodor Dostoyevsky's little revolutionary group decides that the best way to bind them all together, through blood and fear, is to get rid of someone who's thinking of leaving the group.
And who do they target? Shadov, their former friend. He's lured into a secluded park, and he's brutally murdered by his old comrades. It's a horrifying moment that shows their belief that the cause justifies literally any atrocity.
But the violence doesn't end there. To sow as much panic and chaos as possible, arsonists set a massive fire that just engulfs an entire part of the town. It's the perfect metaphor, right? The ideological fire that's been consuming their minds now becomes a real fire consuming their homes.
And in the aftermath, after all the grand theories and the bloodshed, what do we hear? These words, "It's not right at all," cried out by one of the murderers. It's this chilling, almost pathetic moment of realization of the moral abyss their great ideas have led them into.
And this really leaves us with the central, haunting question of the entire novel, a question that echoes through to today. What happens when ideas become more important than people?
Dostoyevsky's The Possessed is his timeless and deeply unsettling answer. It's a powerful, powerful warning that even the most noble-sounding ideals, the most progressive theories, can become absolutely monstrous when they are detached from basic individual morality and simple human compassion.
If this topic has captured your interest and you'd like to dive deeper, the book is called The Possessed by Fyodor Dostoyevsky.